What's up, high rollers? It's Devon here, back with Get Your Notebook. Just a friendly PSA to everyone out there. Big notebook, big results. We don't want little notebooks. Little notebooks are little bank accounts, alright? Today we're going to deep dive, be on time, the 8 steps to success, alright? We're going to talk about why being on time matters and why you need to do it if you're going to go anywhere past level 1 in any single company out there, alright? So, deep dive, 8 steps to success, be on time. This is showing personal responsibility and self-accountability, right? That's the step itself. But think about it. How many times have you been late, right? What happens when you're late? You're rushing, you're disorganized, everything is a mess, everything's a fluster, right? What is happening to the rest of your day if you start off your day with, I'm running late, I just fell out of bed, I'm getting the sleepies out of my eyes, I'm rushing to work, right? Well, the rest of your day is just going to be a reflection of your morning. So if you've been rushing all morning and completely disorganized all morning, where do you think the rest of the day is going to end up, right? So, not always the case. You can be a very high performer and still be late consistently. That is a reality out there too, which is almost worse, right? So, I'm going to give you a scenario, right? So, you're a big timer, you're where you see yourself, you're going to be the CEO of a company, right? You're making all the big decisions. Now you're signing this multinational corporation to do business with you, right? But let's say it snows. It snows, and maybe you live in the south, you don't know what snow is, but it snows. You're up in the northeast or something. You're up in the north, and your plane is now getting canceled and delayed, and you decided to get the plane for the night before to go sign this deal in the West Coast with a big multinational, and now you're going to be late. You can't even show up to this meeting, or you're running a couple hours late to this big meeting. You think they want to do business with you, right? Let's say they're in like California or something. They're not used to snow in Boston, right? They don't give a about your situation. All they care about is their bottom line, right? Now, let's go back to right now. How are you ever going to be this person that signs these gigantic deals, be the CEO type person that you can't even show up to work on time right now, right? So everything's a habit. If you get in the habit of showing up on time, you know what you're getting in the habit of? Being reliable. You're getting in the habit of holding yourself accountable, right? You're getting in the habit of showing up early, because then you have time to prepare. Or maybe you don't even prepare, you just have time to kind of like chill and get your mind right for the rest of the day. So that's what I like to do. I like to show up an hour or 2 hours early before any kind of big meeting or interview or anything I got to get going on, because guess what? Where I'm at, and everywhere I've ever lived all over the country, there's this thing called construction, there's this thing called traffic, there's these things called unpredictable situations that always come up, and it always comes up at the worst possible time. So when things are all going your way, it's never going to come up, but it's always going to come up when you're supposed to be somewhere at this very specific time. And if you're cutting it down, it only takes, the GPS says it's only 45 minutes to get there. GPS told me it's only 45 minutes to get there. I'll leave 5 minutes early. You're shot. It's over. You're going to show up late. You're going to set a bad first impression. The whole deal's going to fall apart. The interview's not going to want to work for you. Whatever it is, you're going to show up 5 minutes early to the meeting you're supposed to be running. Or think about it as a rep, level 1. When I was level 1 as a rep, right? When you just start in a company, you're entry level, you're trying to figure out this whole thing. You keep showing up late. Let's say you're one of these top high performers. You're a person that can show up late and still perform and make deals and make sales. Okay, great. But you know what you're signaling to your manager? Unreliable. Unreliable. Sales are there. We love them. We're going to keep them around. We'll buy him pizza. We'll buy him sodas. Well, we ain't going to freaking promote this guy. He's a joke. He doesn't take himself seriously. He rushes everywhere he goes. Sure, he's a high performer, he's talented, but not somebody we want to duplicate. If you have two people and sales are really good, but the guy always shows up late, and sales are above average, but the guy's always on time, and by on time I mean 15 minutes early, 20 minutes early, every single day, who do you think's better to duplicate? Who's better to build a business or a territory around? Mr. Reliable or Mr. All Talent, No Reliability? Just think about it, right? That's just you. That's just like your opportunity, but like maybe showing some respect to other people, that maybe that's important to you, right? Basic respect. That's really a huge thing. Everybody else has started the meeting. The doors are open. The event has started. You're supposed to be out there knocking doors. Your whole team's out there knocking doors. You're showing up 5 minutes late. You're showing up 10 minutes late. But there was traffic. But there was construction. No shit. There's always traffic. There's always construction, right? It's showing basic professionalism. Again, back to the point, who's actually going to get promoted? The guy who's always 15, 20 minutes early, who's a above average performer, or the guy who's a high-end, super talented performer who can't show up on time for the life of himself, right? Wake up early, show up early, that equals winning. And winning is a habit that you just keep doing. The more you win, the more you're going to win. And vice versa. The more you're disorganized, the more you show up late, the more you're flustered, the more you're rushing, the more you're going to be disorganized, the more you're going to be flustered, the more you're going to be rushing. And it's just going to be a constant, endless loop of what's the opposite of winning. I'll let you guys guess, all right? And then you're showing others you're reliable. Back to the original point. What's your manager think about you? What's the rest of the office think about you? What's the rest of your team think about you? I'll tell you, I've been in this game for a while. I've been in sales and marketing for over 13 years, right? I'll tell you what they think about you. You're a joke. You're a joke, even when you're a high performer. You're a person that can't show up on time. Everyone's talking about you behind your back. I promise you right now, it's happening right now. You're the joke of the office because you can't show up on time. These are hard facts. I needed to hear them one point in my life. I didn't used to show up on time, all right? I'm gonna admit I had that problem a long time ago when I first started. I learned real quick because thankfully my bosses, they were real with me. They didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, they told me what I needed to hear. So very appreciative for everything I learned back then. So maybe you needed to hear this. Maybe you need to take yourself a little bit more seriously. Maybe you need to realize this is like step 2 of your success. Okay, maybe you can go make a bunch of sales. Do you want to just be in a rep the rest of your life? No, you want to get promoted. You want to move up, right? You want to own your own territory. You want to own your own company, right? Well, this is going to be a mandatory situation. You have to be a winner. And to win, you got to show up on time. All right, thank you for joining me, High Roller. Remember, all success in business is just a bunch of little things put together. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.